Good evening, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed your coffee and lovely panel here. Good to have, Nikita, Gaurav, Pallavi, Vikram. Good to have you here. And I'll just jump straight in the discussion because this is the hot topic. And all the conversations which have been happening around AI largely have been, is AI eating jobs? And what truly we believe truly is that AI is not eating jobs. Your job will only go if you don't know AI. And I think these leaders, specifically from industries, will be able to tell us how they are able to incorporate those AI data and on that data use AI to be to get better business results. So I'll straight away jump into the questions, and this is for all. For us, how has AI evolved for you guys, looking from a business perspective, and what changes you had to make in your business functioning so that you were able to evolve that AI to get better business results? So, Nikita.
Um, I think AI overall, our journey is quite nascent as an industry. अभी तो शुरू हुआ है. अभी तो Gen AI आया है. अभी तो Sora शुरू हुआ है. Let's see what all happens. But specifically, how we at Woodland have worked with and around AI, because I think it's always a handshake. You need to have the human navigation, and then AI becomes the fuel to get you there. But if the navigation is wrong, then it's not going to work. So a lot of upskilling for the team, a lot of sharing. Okay, this is new. Here is a YouTube video. Watch that. Understand. You want to take a license for this one just to try it out. Sure, let's do that. Let's get something going. You want to make an AR video using AI to give you a background on top of that. Sure, let's do that. First thing in planning from a leadership perspective is see where all you can kind of inject it. Is it making sense to inject it in those places? And then let your team go wild with it, and give them, just the approvals and the tools to work and deliver. That's how I've done it.
From my perspective, what I feel is, Abhishek, that every step in the business, you have AI which is playing a vital role. It just starts from decision making to execution and then evaluating what strategies you have adopted and what is the final outcome of that. Like Nikita mentioned that, it is just the beginning. It is just like any other model that comes into the market. You start adapting to it. But I feel AI is something, a tool to go hand on hand with, because it can help you improve the standard operating procedures. It helps with your better media planning, creative strategy. I think it has all the parts in all the business operations. It can help you make better decisions efficiently with lesser time, more accuracy, and that's not just one case for one technical team. Accounts team can use it, marketing team can use it, even the CXOs can use it to have more understanding what others are doing. So yeah, I think AI has just entered into the space. There's a lot to be uncovered, and I think we are just getting started.
Pallavi.
Yeah. So we at Redbus are using AI in a wide variety of areas actually. We have a dedicated engineering team which only looks at AI and advancements in AI. So I'll give you a bunch of examples, and I'll tell you about a bunch of things we are doing at Redbus in this space. So one of the biggest use cases for AI at our end is in the space of customer experience. So we have about 7 different chat bots for different use cases for various lines of business, whether it is bus, whether it is rail, whether it is some marketing campaigns. So we have 7 of such chatbots which we are currently using within Redbus. After implementing our customer experience chatbot for Redbus, actually our customer satisfaction scores went up from 65% to 85%. So that's a very massive business improvement that it led to. Then if you look at the product side, right, on the product itself, when a user is performing a search on Redbus, the algorithm which ranks, which operator to be shown on the search result page, that learn to rank algorithm is also AI based. So a very fundamental part of what we do is AI based today. Then our review moderation that happens on our platform, that is now being, it is being done by AI. Earlier it was ML based, but today it is purely AI based. So in all these things, now coming to marketing, which is my area, there are quite a few areas where we have explored AI and how we can further better some of the performance of our campaigns. So one area is powering creativity, creative work through AI. In fact, later during this discussion, I'm going to show you examples of what we have really done using AI with respect to developing campaigns. Then in the area of even something as simple as doing QC for ad creatives. We are present across markets. So there are markets like Malaysia, Indonesia, which are fairly new markets where QC is required for brand creatives, and you can't have big teams sitting there doing looking at creatives and doing QC. So this tool actually just does that for you. Then in the space of CLM, digital, we are using a whole bunch of predictive analytics, propensity to convert, all of these things are being powered by AI actually. So those are the areas where we are doing it.
Vikram.
So I think I'll start by saying that AI will not take away anybody's job as long as you're able to adapt and evolve. I think that's one fundamental point which we all have to understand as a marketer and even in general today, because AI is there to stay and it is there to evolve also as we move forward. But I don't think any one of us needs to be scared of the way AI, a lot of people are talking about it, will it take a job away or not? It will not if you know how to evolve yourself as a marketer to understand the applicability of AI and how you can use it to your business. Also, as a digital marketer, I think all of us, we have seen how digital has evolved over the years. It has always been about automation, about how technology is changing from one thing to another thing to another thing. So it is not a new phenomenon for any one of us. It's just that every 2 or 3 years something new will come in this industry, and we always first it is always about what is this going to do to us on a day-to-day basis. But over a period of time, it will phase out and something new will come out. For us, if I talk about AI hospitality perspective, there are two sides to it. One is operational side, one is customer facing or more marketing side to it. Operation side was always very pro in terms of adapting to new technologies, especially in this industry, because pricing has been, the room pricing works on a dynamic basis. It has been working on dynamic basis for the last more than 15 years. Earlier it was more manual. Now because of a lot of tools and all, we can predict the demand, supply, competition data, how many people in which area at what time, what events, market events and all. So we are able to understand the market dynamics better in a much faster span of time, and the pricing can change accordingly in a very, very quick fashion. So that sort of automation can happen in a very quick format. In terms of housekeeping, in terms of your customer data records and how you personalize things to them, all of that has become much more seamless and much more faster. Of course, marketing is still one area where I think there is a lot to do. A lot of marketers are, it's a great tool to scale up your business, but it is also one of the barriers for you to, it's not an easy way to, sort of evolve so quickly, because there's so much data that you have now. Too much data sometimes is also not, very, very helpful for you to, figure out which direction you want to take and how you want to evolve as a marketer.
Yeah, thanks for those insights. And I think I'll take cue from what Pallavi said, and I'll give a question to Nikita on this now. Considering that Woodland and the brand that you handle, at the scale that you guys operate at, both at product and marketing level, what are the changes that you foresee, or what are the changes you have already done in the ecosystem, and how is that impacting the brand and the business value?
So when it comes to the scale at which we operate, of course, I said that it goes through and through, right? All the facets that we can possibly touch with AI, we do that. But it's something that I was thinking about the other day, and I was having a conversation with a colleague, Desi. He's coined this term, omni AI, because AI is not just there in one place or another. It's omnipresent. Exactly. So from a Woodland perspective, if I am to support with numbers that are coming out of my website and getting, say, a chat GPT to give me direction on which trend to drill down into. It can tell me globally which trends are going on, which my competitors are not working. It can tell me which colors are going to work out well for me. It's going to tell me what color ad creative will work for which audience. It'll tell me, of course. But then going a step further, if I were to not do a photo shoot for all my PDPs, where the product is just put there and I go through those shops of multiple models coming in, wearing your products and putting it. If I wanted to say target myself only towards Asian women, there is an AI model that will put Asian women in my clothes, in my shoes, and let me target that. My multi-crore budget of having an annual photo shoot in Greece, in Romania, etc., to show my latest, all of it can be done with AI. And massive scales, massive cost efficiency, let alone the time and energy of the leadership that goes into managing all of this, that is now saved. This is on the creative side. The marketing side I took care of. I spoke about a little bit of production as well. And to a great extent, Pallavi, what you mentioned, which is agentic AI, which is going to help you talk to your customers. That we haven't taken on to that great an extent, and that's, I think, a 2025 problem for us to solve. But it's basically not taken on right now because we're still trying to understand where does the human interaction really need to come in. Where will we lose the plot and the customer is going to get a little peeved ki I don't want to talk to like an agent right now. I want to talk to a human being, or rather an agentic AI. So yeah, those are the touch points that we look at from Woodland.
Interesting, very interesting. Considering that Redbus and ITC, you guys are heavy media buyers, and traditionally you have been buying a lot of media. How has AI impacted the mix of the media planning and buying, straight from planning to optimization, and how are you getting back those insights? Because see, Google always had those tools, or say you talk about Meta, they always had those tools which were giving you insights back. How has AI as a layer helped you sit on that data or evaluate that data so that you can bring back those insights to get better efficiencies? And I'm talking because you guys are large scale media buyers, so how is that impacting for you?
So again, I think one thing which AI helps is to get a lot of insights in a very real time, sort of a basis, which can help you from a planning perspective. It is easier for you to figure out, how you want to plan your campaign or distribute your media in a way that it is more effective. The ROIs are better or more stronger. The way you can optimize your content as per the need or as per the sort of data that you're getting. A lot of these things are interlinked. It used to happen earlier also, but it was more manual and it was not real time. I think the only difference between how it used to be done earlier and now is it is more real time. The guy earlier was talking about hyper contextualization and stuff like this. It is exactly that now. With the layer of AI, you are able to do a lot of these things real time and more contextual, more relevant for people who are watching your ads. So hence your CTRs will be far better than what it used to be. And of course, if CTRs are better, then your overall impact of the campaign is going to be much stronger. That's the only thing that we are also trying to focus on these days. Try to use this data in a way that it helps you to scale up real time. As long as you're able to do that, I think you will probably end up doing your campaign planning and execution in a better way. That's the focus for us at this moment.
Interesting. Pallavi.
Yeah. So the starting point of any marketing is being able to determine when is demand picking up, right? As a marketer, you put your monies there in terms of a campaign only when you see there's enough demand out there, right? And we at Redbus, travel is to a big extent, especially leisure travel, is very seasonal in nature. So I want to just give you a recent example. So February is one of the leanest months that we have for travel in the country across, right? Now, our demand forecasting engine, which is AI based, started showing up a lot of demand peaking for Prayagraj pretty early on. Okay, and this was indicating that Mahakumbh was truly going to be Mahakumbh. And as marketers, if I looked at my historical playbook, I would have not been prepared for such a massive, massive travel event as a Mahakumbh, which is a once in a lifetime event, kind of event for any travel marketer. But our algorithms were able to see this demand early on, okay? And as a result of that, we were able to develop our campaigns, deploy our media, from the marketing side, be ready on time to capitalize on this opportunity, A, and B, also from the supply side, getting buses for the routes that were peaking for Prayagraj, and they were routes from across the country. So making sure that we are working together with bus operators to add more inventory, to making changes on the product, to doing a whole bunch of things that a event like Mahakumbh had to offer was today possible because we were able to forecast it well in time. And so to me, today AI is able to give me, tell me about these upcoming trends very early on, and that's a real huge win as a marketer, and it's a win-win for everybody. I don't see any downside to AI here in any way. So this is one example. Then there are many other areas in marketing, in media, that we are able to use AI. One of the big use cases is where we have these models on churn, propensity to churn. Then we have models on propensity to convert, propensity to download. So we are able to optimize our campaigns better to create cohorts around some of these, propensities, and optimize our campaigns better and get better performance out of our campaigns. So all of these areas, and of course we all know that the Google algorithms, the Meta algorithms are already using AI, leveraging AI in a massive way for most of the campaigns that we are running today. So it's all happening. So yeah.
Interesting. Gaurav, since we are talking on the marketing side of the business, I wanted your views from the retail side of the business. When you're looking at, say, with AI coming in, what are the matrices that a retailer should look at? And, traditional ways of media planning, be it offline, be it online. In my view, they complement AI. It's not a competition. It's more of a complement. How do you think they'll be able to complement it well in those matrices that you want to fit in?
So Abhishek, if we just go 5 years back reverse, we see that the industry was revolving around the basic metrics like CTRs, time spent on the page, ROS. These were the basic metrics that marketer used to judge the campaign based upon, and that's how the spends were being planned about the next quarter. That if they got the good conversion rates, mid funnel, end funnel journeys, then yes, accordingly the next quarter's pocket are being placed. But now, as we see, the AI is getting deeper into the system. It's not just about the retail, it's in e-commerce, lifestyle, gaming. Gaming is extensive. Social media, we see Facebook, Google, any social media player are putting AI into their engine. This is how they are keeping the user stick to their mobile apps for longer duration of time. You open the Facebook, you just keep scrolling the reels. You don't know your 30 minutes are gone. So that's all AI is doing in the background. For marketer point of view, there are multiple things that a marketer can look at for brands like Redbus, ITC, Woodland. If they see that their users coming onto the board, they can use the AI chatbots. They can put right machine learning behind, understand the user's pain point, what are the reviews, what are the sentiment of the users, and based on that, drive them to the conversion page. And apart from that, there are like dynamic creative optimizations that you can see which creatives are working for you, what are the actual reactions that you're getting from those creative, and analyze that against with the social media trends of your brand, what people are talking about considering a ABC brand. That is that brand going as per the commitments that they're making to their customers as it shows on their website, or versus the real life experience. For a hospitality is very crucial that a customer goes to your property just looking your ads, see what you show on the website, but eventually how the team, the hospitality team serves the customers makes all the difference. And that's how social media is rightly integrated to your deliveries of campaigns and real media execution. And there are other tools like budget allocation that you can use AI to spread the budgets into the right traffic mix, what inventories, what traffics are working on, and then according to that you can plan the next forecast of the quarter, that you know what right media mix is for you, and you can spend the budgets accordingly.
That's very interesting. Now, what we have done is we have spoken a lot about data and a lot about how are we using that data or planning that data. Now, the crucial part is reaching out to the audience. And for reaching out, you need creatives. Now, my question to all of you is, with AI coming in, with a lot of personalized content which is going out, how do you think that is going to create an impact on overall campaigns? And what is the volume? What is the volume or the scale that you think your brands will be able to reach out to? So Nikita, if you want to take it up.
So I think one thing is for sure that with AI coming in, it becomes extremely easy. And this is not new, right? Adobe Firefly has been around. Adobe Generative Fill has been around for a while as well. So most of the organizations already have some amount of AI kind of baked into what they're doing, and specifically creative, since we are speaking. But I think there is a new trend that I'm seeing with people reaching out to me more and more, trying to develop AI as a service, the way software as a service was there. Now, of course, that doesn't abbreviate well, and when the industry figures out what they want to abbreviate it, they can please go ahead. But there are people and really fabulous minds out there trying to train AI models, and I don't mean LLM models, I mean actual AI-based human kind of looking models, and they're going to license it to your brand. That I have trained this model to wear shoes, pants, t-shirts, jackets, etc., which are more or less your design. Here are 6 models that you can license from me. Here is the software that you can use, and your team can put in all the flat lays that you want, and suddenly choose the background, choose the model. Nobody else is using that model. That's yours to use. That's one of the things that is coming up, but there is a whole lot more, because fine, it would depend on how much of this your brand needs, which industry you belong to. I'm from a fashion apparel, footwear brand, retail, right? We're going to need a lot of it. Someone else might not need that much. Someone else might need the entire process to be built internally for them. But I believe what I'm seeing right now is a whole lot of investment by the right people that is happening in the process. A lot of people whose ears are perked to this, and hence giving a lot of solutions that we can pick up. I know for a fact that there is a fashion brand out there that 70% of their PDP images that show you on model shots are all AI, and most of the customers don't know about it. I took that as a benchmark, and I said, let's try to do that for ourselves and actually have that. Will I license models that nobody else can use? Maybe not. But will I want to change my models every month? Will I want to do some research with AI key, who's going to buy this particular shoe, and will I model it? Will there actually be a day where you can take a picture of yourself and the AI will actually put it on you, and not the AR VR filter that I'm talking about, but my entire website can have you and your wife in male and female models so that you see all of our products? That's what I'm looking at in the long run. It has to be that personalized. So, yeah.
Glad
Adding up to what Nikita said,
yeah.
like, like using models and all for building that artificial intelligence to e-commerce, using the products. I think a model which can be on top of that could be IPs developed on those particular models and patterns, and then must be like licensed to be reused by other peers in the industry. Just like if one brand is using that, then it can be IP'd, and then you can use it in other use cases.
Vikram.
So I think what Nikita was saying was absolutely right, that there are few industries and businesses which might need it more than some other businesses, and that's where we are slightly in a different zone, because from a luxury category perspective, especially where we are selling experience more than a product, we struggle, to be honest. When we use AI, we have tried a few times, and so far we have been failing at it to use it effectively. But then I have a small son, he's 9 years old, and he built an entire comic book using AI. So, so there are a lot of use cases, just that you have to identify how much, how much your brand can, get benefit from some of these use cases. For us right now, we are still in that zone where we are not yet 100% able to understand how we can optimize these assets and content creation through AI. But yeah, we're still trying and experimenting on this in this zone. Yeah.
Pallavi.
Yeah, for us at Redbus, recently we have experimented with a few campaigns, in fact, full-fledged campaigns using AI, and I think now it's more or less now become a part of our mainstay. I want to show you some of these campaigns, and before I show you these campaigns, I'll tell you a little bit about these campaigns. One of the campaigns is for a brand that we have. It's called Primo. And Primo basically is where Redbus curates top quality bus operators. There are about 500 of them, and we wanted to create individual ads for each of these 500 bus operators. Now imagine doing that without using AI. It's a massive cost investment, all of it. So we did it entirely. We did this campaign using AI. We did image, voice, all of it. Models were developed and trained, and 500 unique pieces of creative customized to each bus operator were created. I'll show you that. Second example is from our Malaysia, from Redbus Malaysia, where we created a campaign end to end. No shoot, no nothing spent, nothing spent at all, and the entire campaign was developed using Midjourney. In fact, it's the person who was running the campaign is right here in the audience, and he tells me it's got one of the best view rates. So that itself is something that gives us a lot of confidence that this is here to stay. Then for another brand of ours called Red Rail, which is a train booking app, there for Valentine's Day we used a chat bot that would help you write love letters. So that was very high engagement. Okay. And then for Kumbh itself, I was telling you how Mahakumbh was a very big marketing event for us. For that, we created a Gyan Kumbh, a bot that would answer all your queries about Kumbh, how do you go there, which are the big Snan days, where do you book, where do you stay, all of it. So, so I'm going to just show you that right now. Can we play the first video, please?
कुछ सितारे सड़क को आसमान मानते हैं, चमकने के लिए मेहनत में जलना जानते हैं, वक्त से पहले जागते हैं, ताकि आपका हर सफर वक्त पर शुरू हो। कभी सपनों को तो कभी अपनों को मंजिल तक पहुंचाते हैं। ख्याल रखते हैं सबका, आपका हर सफर यादगार बनाते हैं। कुछ सितारे जमीन पर जगमगाते हैं, रेड बस पर ये सितारे प्राइमो राइजिंग स्टार्स कहलाते हैं। प्राइमो बाय रेड बस, इंडिया के सिलेक्टेड टॉप रेटेड बस ऑपरेटर्स अपना अगला सफर प्राइमो बस ऑपरेटर्स के साथ तय करें। रेड बस पर आज ही अपना टिकट बुक करें। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Where is everyone? 500 bus operators, and the person who's behind this campaign is also in the audience, Vikesh. Yeah, it's right here. And the second campaign that we're showing now, the person is right here also, Samar. Malaysia campaign.
That's very interesting.
So that's how we can take a gauge, like, what is the extent of AI, how deeply you can integrate. It was an example for Redbus, but imagine if you implement it to lead gen, multiple form submits,
Yeah.
AI generation, and then of course you can make more captivating ads, I feel, which
The
is
best part is
limited.
very simple to execute. So this bot you saw for Valentine's Day, that was created in 2 days flat because we already had another bot, so this sat on top of it. So yeah.
Wow. And I'm picking cue from Gaurav there. So much of personalization, so much of time saving, and be it from retail, be it to the e-commerce. What are the trends which are which excites you more? What we foresee coming, which will change the course of how marketing, how retail is seen, and yeah, Nikita.
From a trends perspective.
Please don't tell 30 creatives in a day.
No, 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 no.
We just had a joke. She got
I
an.
have my team here also. They'll kill me. No, no, absolutely not. I think ultimately who wins is the customer because they'll be able to see exactly what they need to see. Hopefully, we can cut out the noise because even though we're the marketers who are behind most of the ads that we end up seeing, there are times you're just like, okay, can I switch off, please? Hopefully, the utopian dream is to have the trend lead us to only talking to the right person with the right communication and not talking to a person who's not ready to listen at all. And whispering to people who are maybe open to listening but not right now. So, in a gist, without getting too technical, because we've spoken about LLM, we've spoken about all of that, I think that's where it's going a little smarter, a little more efficient.
Wow, great.
My
Gaurav.
2 cents would be that right now it is just the beginning. I see that governments also are adopting it. I'll tell you one interesting example that a city in UP, which is Banaras, they have started implementing AI to identify the advertising across the roads which are not right accepted by the society, because obviously Banaras comes with a auspicious background. It's a very historic city, one of the oldest civilization in India. So what the Nagar Nigam has come up with, that they are making an AI robot which will be implemented into a car. It will be crawling the roads, doing the scrapping of all the advertising, and then where the longitude and latitude they find that there is some wrong advertising making maybe a pan masala or something, they will highlight that on the portal, and on the basis of that the Nagar Nigam will highlight that to the landowner or whatever the authority is to make sure that is removed. So that is how AI is beautifully being integrated into the system. And I feel there are more use cases that the government can use in case of healthcare and other domains. And also, since AI is rapidly being adapted, I think we all have to be conscious about the use case of AI, because single source of truth is not always the right. So you have to judge between the sources, that what backfill of information is, where you are gauging, capturing all the data from. You don't have to rely on one model, one framework. You should have a backend that you are able to analyze what 3-4 models are giving you the inputs, and then go with the best advice. Another example on that is that I saw last year, incident happened with Air Canada. They were using the AI chatbot. One customer was inquiring about the loss of baggage claims. Unfortunately, the AI gave him a wrong answer, and later on he filed a lawsuit on that, and the Air Canada has to kind of comply with that thing, and the jury has ordered the Air Canada to pay twice of what the actual value was. So sometimes it works in favor of you, and sometimes if you are not consciously doing that, it can fall against you as well. So it's a responsible thing across brands, marketers, and people like us who are facilitating all that.
Interesting, interesting. Vikram.
So I think it is still AI is still in the initial evolving phase right now. So there's a lot to happen in this space. I think the most important part of AI for me is how the entire predictable analysis is going to become stronger and stronger. I think the more this area becomes stronger for us in the future, the way we use AI will change completely basis that, because it becomes easier for you to do from planning to execution. Everything becomes far more seamless once we have stronger insights and we are able to predict those insights in a more real time, or maybe in a more advanced fashion than before it happens. One area where I feel AI will play a huge role is, and you also mentioned it is healthcare. I think healthcare is one industry that is probably going to evolve so much in this space, because I spoke to a guy who works for Apollo, and he mentioned that they're already working on a AI model where you don't actually have to meet a doctor unless the AI model tells you to meet a doctor. So your initial investigation, your reporting, your medicines, everything can all be taken care by AI model, and you don't have to actually go and see a doctor. And according to them, all whatever tests they have done so far, the analysis of AI is far stronger and better than what doctors are kind of predicting so far. So that's
I married a doctor.
So are
That was my
doctors losing
retirement
their
plan.
jobs?
Yeah.
She should not be worried.
No, I mean the role of doctors. His point is the role of doctors is going to change, because that initial investigation of 2 minutes talking to a doctor and then he's giving you a Disprin or something like that. I think that part can evolve, and a lot of that can go towards AI, and then a more advanced version of how much you want to get involved with the doctor. That part of your involvement is going to change.
In fact, to add to that, I think there's some research that's happening at MIT right now, which can predict and tell you that over your lifetime, what are the various diseases you're going to have, and how can you then prepare for those diseases. So, but it can predict what diseases you will have in your lifetime. So,
Pallavi, you can also add to that.
yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
so my 2 cents here. I think one thing that I am really excited about is the Chat GPT operator, okay, which just got released. So what this does is it can actually do anything for you. So if I want to send a LinkedIn invite request to everyone who's attending AdTech today, it can do that for me. And that technology is already available. I just have to download a pro version. It comes with a pro version of ChatGPT. It can do things like, okay, I want to cook pasta for dinner tonight. It'll get me the recipe. It will figure out what are the ingredients of that recipe. It'll order those ingredients for me. It'll do all that. So we've tried to see how something like this can be used for Redbus. I have a demo for it, how the operator can book a ticket for you. You just tell it where you want to go. It'll book the ticket end to end on our platform. So can you play the second video, please? We just made a quick demo on that. So the Chat GPT operator is doing it. I have nothing to do with it. So it's like just imagine it's your personal assistant who's doing your work for you. So it's all of it. Yeah, just sit back and relax. It'll do everything for you. Yeah, that's it for me.
So thank you guys. I think it was a great session. Thanks Nikita. Thanks Gaurav, Pallavi, Vikram, and so I think we're short of time, so we can't take questions. So I've already got those looks. So thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much.